Welcome back to my channel, and it is a welcome back because it's been a hot minute since I filmed a video. Life has just been a little bit crazy over the last month and I just haven't had the time to really film anything, which I apologize for, but don't worry, there are a lot of videos coming very soon. I figured as it's been a while, we would do a little life update, tell you what's been going on in the life of Em, and obviously I got your questions from Instagram, so we're just gonna sit down, have a little catch up, grab a cup of tea, grab a coffee, let's chat. I'm gonna try and switch it up between like life update ones and some lighter questions as well. First question is, how are you liking your new job? In my last life update, which I filmed in September right before my Disney cruise, I was very excited about starting a new job. And I stayed in that job for about 4.5 weeks before I found another one. I'm not gonna get into that now because, you know, I've got to keep professional online. It just didn't work out, and I was very fortunate to be offered a much better job in a company that I just really loved. But I now work as a copywriter and content executive for a luxury travel company. So I basically get to write blogs about travel and different countries around the world and create landing pages, do social media and all that fun stuff for my job, which I honestly love so much. I get to go in about 2 to 3 days a week, and it's a really social environment. I just feel like I've found a really good place for me to be right now. I've been there, it's been over 4 months now, which is crazy. Time really flies. But yeah, feeling very settled in that and just really enjoying it, still learning a lot, pushing myself, a lot of responsibility, and I think it's really shown me just how much your job can impact your mental health, because that month that I was in the previous company, like, just took a nosedive. If you are in a situation right now where you're not enjoying yourself, it doesn't matter necessarily how long you've been there, you can move on and find something better and it will get better. Are you planning to go to Disneyland Paris for the 30th anniversary? So I was not, and then my friend Fee was there this past weekend, and all the 30th anniversary stuff has been coming out on Instagram, and nothing is booked, but I could definitely see myself going at some point over the next year. You know, it's so close anyway, but it is not my next Disney trip, which actually people have been asking me about. What are your next Disney trips? Do you have any Disney trips coming up? And yes, I have a few. In just over a week now, I will be flying to Los Angeles, California, and I will be going to Disneyland Resort for 3 whole days. If you can see my room right now, it is a mess because I have had stuff out ready to pack for probably a couple weeks now. It's all kind of laying out there. The outfits are pretty much sorted. This trip was booked in September of 2019, so it's been a long time in the coming. We were supposed to go in May of 2020. We all know how that went, but we're back now, we're thriving, and we are going to California next Saturday. Fingers crossed, COVID, please don't catch me. So after that, we're then going to Hawaii, and we're going to spend a day in Aulani. We can't stay there because it's like $400 for a night, which is just insane. But then after that, in May, I will be going to Disney World with Fee and Lee for our big Caribbean Beach Babes girls trip, which was again booked last March. I'm insanely excited for that. We booked our dining the other day because it was 60 days out. There's going to be so many vlogs from that one, probably some very chaotic vibes. But then people also asked about if I have any non-Disney trips planned. So I don't right now, but I really want to. I just miss those long weekends away in Europe that we had before the pandemic, and just like casually going to Italy or France or anywhere like that. I'm thinking Venice is the top of my list. I would love to go to Berlin, maybe even Switzerland, although that's very expensive. My list of places to go right now is very long, which is why I'm like, do I really need to go back to Disneyland Paris when I only went last August? Yes, but I also want to explore the world. So it's a tricky one in terms of money, days off, priorities, everything. We will see. Just got some questions about how you're feeling at the moment and how you're doing, and the answer thankfully is very good. I feel very happy and just really enjoying life and my job and everything, living in London again properly and feeling like I am established again and not just like switching between here and my home in Essex. The sun is shining, the tank is clean, spring is here, life is good. But thank you very much to everyone who cares to ask, because I know sometimes it might look like someone's having a really good time online and actually the reality is different. But thankfully I feel like right now my online and in-person realities are lining up pretty good. Riverside Princess Rooms or Grand Floridian but without a castle view. Okay, so I stayed at the Grand Floridian on my most recent trip and it was insane. But if I'm going not at Christmas time, then I would pick Riverside with the princess rooms because it's just so magical. That back headboard, all the detailing, all the princess features are just chef's kiss. But if it's Christmas time, you just can't beat the Grand Floridian lobby and the gingerbread smell and that huge tree when you come in from the monorail. Absolute perfection. One thing you've never done in Disney that you still want to do. Love you and your channel so much. Thank you very much, Mackenzie. Something I've never done. Okay, so I've never been to Festival of the Arts, and I would really like to go for the whole like aesthetic of it, the whole vibe. And then I've also, okay, so I went to Flower and Garden back in 2010, but I didn't really know it was Flower and Garden at the time. I just thought, oh wow, there's some cute topiaries around. And I feel like back then it wasn't a whole food festival. So obviously when I go in May, we're gonna have the full experience, the Violet Lemonade, the Butterfly Garden, just everything. I feel like what I really want to do in Disney is just go to every single festival at some point. So that would be Festival of the Arts, Flower and Garden, Food and Wine, Festival of the Holidays. So I have ticked off 2 now. I will tick off 1 this May, and then Festival of the Arts I will do at some point. That's kind of my goal, to have done every season of Disney World. Favorite recent reads. So I've actually been on a bit of a reading kick lately. I feel like a lot of people are. I'm really enjoying it and actually taking some time to read and not just like having it as a quick before bed kind of moment. But I absolutely loved The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I feel like everyone has been reading that recently, but they should, because it is genuinely that good. And then I also read The Perfect Wife, which was really good. It's very like dystopian, mystery-ish, plot twist vibe. I don't want to give it away, but that was very good as well. And then I just started Small Great Things. Lee let me borrow this one and it's very good so far. I'm only about 90 pages in. But yeah, I recommend all of those. I'm actually on Goodreads, so if anyone would like to maybe be my friend on Goodreads, then let's connect and share our book recommendations. Any New York City trips in the future? So hopefully I will be going to New York this year for a very special reason, but that's not confirmed yet. Nothing is booked, but fingers crossed I will be in New York City at some point in 2022. I just can't really say why yet. Love your content. What's something you do every day as part of your routine that makes you happy and adds magic? Think mine is my mid-morning coffee break. Thank you very much, Ellie, for saying that. And I would honestly say it is my lunchtime walk. Every day, religiously, I go out for a lunchtime walk. Doesn't matter what the weather is. I put in my podcast. It really puts a pep in my steps. And I've been doing that since I went home actually for lockdown 2 years ago, because we were allowed out once a day under the government guidance for exercise, and we got really into walking in the Talbot household, and it's a habit I have definitely kept up. And then especially living in London, Greenwich Park is so close by, so I can just walk there on my lunch hour, go up to the top of Greenwich Hill and just see the whole city, and I will never ever get bored of that view. Oh, this is very interesting. Someone said, what was your role at Disney and were you a CP? If so, do you recommend the program? That's strange. So are there people watching me now who don't know that I did the Disney program? I did 2 Disney cultural exchange programs, which was the international version of the DCP. Did that in 2017 and 2018. This summer is going to be 5 years since my first program, which is disgusting. I'm getting old. I was a merchandise cast member, so my first program I worked in Hollywood Studios in the theatre district, and I was all over. I feel like I've said this spiel so many times. Sorry if you're watching and you've heard it before. But when you get to the Chinese theatre and take a left, I basically was in all of the stores that side of Studios. So the Frozen shop, the Indiana Jones shop, the Indiana Jones truck, then we had Stage 1 Company store, which is the Muppets one, and I think it's closed currently. And then there was also It's a Wonderful Shop gift shop for Christmas, which is also I think closed currently. And then we had Tatooine Traders as well, which is the big Star Tours shop as you come off the ride. So it was a pretty chaotic summer. I absolutely loved it. And then my second time I was stationed in World of Disney in Disney Springs. I say stationed because I only worked there maximum once a week, because I traded all of my shifts to work all across property, had the best time, and got to wear a lot of cute outfits. So I would absolutely recommend my program, but I don't know what it's like now because it's new housing, new rules. I don't know what it's like to work at Disney anymore, but I would say if you are considering it 100%, just go for it and you'll meet some amazing people. You'll get to have an incredible experience. I feel like it's always better to have done something than to have not and wondered what would have happened if you'd gone for it. And then someone underneath said, I know I just asked about the DCP, but how do you feel about being asked about it? I don't really get asked about it anymore because I don't have much relevance in that space, because my program was so long ago and it's changed so much, and the international programs aren't even open right now, which maybe when they are open again I'll get more questions. But there was definitely a stage where I was asked about it all the time. People would send me their cover letters and their CVs and want so much advice, and I feel like that kind of crossed the line, because obviously I put myself out there online as someone who has done the program, but I'm not like a careers advisor or anything. You're not paying me to read your application. That's when I started getting a little bit annoyed about it, because it was like, people overstepping the mark. But now when people ask me about it, then I really like sharing my experiences. I just don't have the most relevant knowledge now to help if you were applying. What's the most recent thing that made your heart happy? So yesterday I got Uber Eats and it was half price. That was really good. I had a good Mexican salad and some vegan chicken bites. They were amazing. And it was from a place called Clean Kitchen Club or Clean Cut Kitchen or something like that. Do you ever plan on moving out of London? Obviously, eventually I do, but I feel like I lost a year and a half almost of getting to truly enjoy living in the city and being young and having fun. So at some point I will, but for now I'm just really enjoying being back and living that life. I'm gonna be 26 next month, which is insane, but I'm trying not to freak out because normally before my birthdays I get really anxious and down and sad and I just reflect on everything I haven't done rather than thinking about the things that I have. So yeah, 26, I'm gonna be positive about it. It's gonna be a great time. Also, I'm getting 2 birthdays this year because I had 2 birthdays in lockdowns, which means I get 2 do-overs. That is the rules, because I remember everyone at the start of the pandemic was like, oh, we'll celebrate your birthday when this is all over. Obviously that never happened, so now I'm getting 2 birthdays. One will be in Disneyland on our final day there, and then one will be my actual birthday, which is our last day of the whole trip in LA. Best new restaurant or bakery you've discovered recently? I am obsessed with Gales right now. It is a London-based chain and they have the most incredible baked goods. Their almond croissant is the best you'll ever taste. They have a really good cauliflower sandwich right now. They have a crumb cake that's amazing. Their cinnamon roll is amazing. Like, everything they do is made fresh that day and it's so good. It is a little bit expensive, I will say that, but if you're in London and you see a Gales, definitely stop in and give it a go. Favorite part of living in London is definitely the ease I have to go and see so many West End shows. I can just book cheap tickets on the day through TodayTix, the app I always use for rush tickets. You pay £20–25 to have an amazing view and just kind of spontaneously do it after work, and it's really not a big deal. I mean, obviously I still appreciate it, but it's like I can just casually go to the theatre or even just go to Hyde Park and just have a walk through Hyde Park, have a cycle. I just love the casualness of being able to do things that people have on their bucket list for years. I don't think I'll ever get tired of that. If I ever do, that's when it's time to leave London. What podcasts, music, shows, movies are you loving right now? In terms of shows, I just finished Gilmore Girls for the first time ever. Obsessed with it. Watched Gilmore Girls Year in the Life. I really felt like I just had a hole in my heart when it was done. When it comes to music, so I actually went to the Country to Country Music Festival the other weekend. It was so good, which means I am now on a full-on country kick, listening to Ashley McBryde, Hayley Whitters, The Shires, Morgan Evans. I'm seeing Morgan Evans in concert in July. I cannot wait. Kelsey Ballerini, Catherine McGrath, all those fun people are on my playlist right now. Then we come to the podcasts. So I storm through podcasts like crazy. So the ones I currently listen to are Very Amusing with Carly Wiesel, The Diz Unplugged, Jim Castick, Embracing Apostasy, which is all about the Mormon church. Very interesting actually, a lot of stories in there. Normal Not Normal with Oliver and James Phelps, the Weasley twins from Harry Potter. Connecting with Walt, which is a very big deep dive into Disney history. I learned a lot from that actually. The Disney Dining Show, because I love Disney food. In the Frame, which is theatre interviews with West End cast. Anything Goes with Emma Chamberlain, and Behind the Wand, stories from the Harry Potter film, which is hosted by the girl who was Emma Watson's stunt double for the first 3 Harry Potters. Okay, and now we come to the question that has come up so many times. Can you tell us about who you are seeing? How did you meet your current boyfriend? What was your meet cute? 1000% new boyfriend update. Or you know what I'm about to ask, updates on the boyfriend. And then someone also said, will your boyfriend ever make an appearance on the vlog? He already has. He's already been in the vlogs a few times. So I met my current boyfriend 4.5 years ago now. We actually met on our Disney program. We had mutual friends in common. We both liked each other, but neither of us knew the other one liked each other in that way. So what followed was 4.5 years of us being friends, both of us liking each other but not saying anything, until finally we did last October, I think. And obviously now we are girlfriend and boyfriend. It's very strange because we've all seen each other for so long, so even though they've only been official for a few months, it feels like forever. He makes me very happy. I feel so lucky. But then I do think about the fact that our meet cute is literally like on a Disney program. Our first date, which both of us thought was a date but then we weren't sure if it was a date, was in Magic Kingdom. We went and got churros, we went on the Liberty Bell. It was the first day the pumpkins had gone up, so I was so excited about Halloween and just like taking loads of photos. Yeah, it's just very cringe, but you know, that's my story, that's our story. Okay, that is all the questions I'm going to answer for now. I hope you enjoyed this video, a little update. Like I said, new videos should hopefully be coming soon. There'll probably be a little break while I'm away, but then once I'm back, it will be Disneyland vlogs and Hawaii vlogs, and then by the time they are finished, I'll pretty much be going to Disney World. So a lot of fun stuff coming up. If you want to see it, be sure to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Comment down below any more book recommendations because I am always looking for more. I've already done 6 books this year, which I'm very proud of. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!